BoxtoBox FPL Show. This is episode 2 of the new season. Guys, we are back. I'm so happy to be back. New soundtrack as well, new intro. I'm glad we have a new intro. Today's show is going to be a recap of Game Week 2. Basically, if you guys follow us on social media, guys, don't forget to follow us on social media. You will see that I already did the recap for Game Week 2 just for the team, but we'll do a bit more, slightly more in-depth. Then we'll go to our top performers of Game Week 2. Then we jump straight into Game Week 3. As always, guys, we have our box-to-box community. You guys are welcome to join the community. We have every single sport, and we'd love to have you guys over there. And yeah, without further ado, we're just going to jump straight in. Game Week 2 recap. Our team, how much did you get? We got 76 points. Obviously, the main man was Haaland up front. Captain got 17 times 2, gave us 34. Then we have Morgan Gibbs-White in midfield. Hey, this song is making me hype. Who gave us 10 points. Then Robinson at the back, 7 points, got an assist. Pedro Porro got a clean sheet. In a 4-0 win, Pedro Porro got a clean sheet. And just a clean sheet. Hiyo hata siwezi amini. Ni inafanyika. Kipa yetu Henderson katupatia 1 point. Tuliacha points kwa bench. Smith Rowe alikuwa na 10 points, Gabriel 6 points kwa bench, but tulimake 0 subs. But we're chasing that 5 free transfers. Hiyo 515 ikishapata chapa tu screenshot naenda na frame. Hiyo tu ndo tunataka. Our top performers obviously of the week. Noni Madueke, hat-trick hero against Wolves. 3 goals, 3 bonus, 20 points. 20 points. In second place, his teammate Cole Palmer got a goal and 3 assists. All 3 to Noni, actually. Basically, it was just but the same goal. That is 36 goals and assists in 32 Premier League games for Cole Palmer. Mse ako tu form buyer. Then obviously, Haaland hat-trick versus Ipswich. Akatupatia 17 points. Palmer alitupatia 17 points pia. Son, Baumbili, na clean sheet, 1 bonus versus Everton, ended up getting 16 points. Luis Diaz, 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 clean sheet, 3 bonus versus Brentford. He was on fire. And then Romero at the back there, 14 points, got a clean sheet and a goal. And then Raya, his 3 saves, gave 3 points versus Villa and got a total of 10 points. Best performing goalkeeper of the weekend. And that's basically how the team of the week is. You have Raya at the back, Romero, Kilman, Aina, in defense. In midfield, Noni Madueke, Palmer, 2 Chelsea boys, then Son, Luis Diaz, and Kevin De Bruyne. I'm really looking for that Kevin De Bruyne. Oh. Then up front is Nick Jackson and none other than Erling Haaland, who got a hat-trick, scored 3 goals. And yeah, that's basically how the Game Week 2 went for us. And overall, in terms of captains, I believe the people we told you to captain Haaland. Obviously, he gave the 17. Salah got a goal, and I think he got in double points again. Isak didn't get anything, so that's 2 out of 3. Bukayo Saka got an assist. That's 3 out of 4. Eze got nothing. So that is 3 out of 5. So we hit on 3, Haaland, Salah, and Saka, and then Isak and Eze. So we're not doing so bad. In terms of differentials, we were told you to get Doku, Chris Wood, Muniz, and Robinson. Only Robinson got something there. Doku didn't get much, which was a surprise to me. Chris Wood, nothing as well. Surprise, despite a very impressive goal-to-minute ratio. Goal-to-minute ratio. Muniz as well is also getting chances. I don't know why this guy is just not finishing his chances. But yeah, that's where we're at with our team. And that's where FPL was in Game Week 2. So now we go straight to Game Week 3. And in Game Week 3, these are the fixtures. First of all, let's start with the fixtures. The fixtures, we have Arsenal taking on Brighton. That's the first game of Game Week 3. Then the 5 p.m. games, if you're in Kenya, it's only 5 p.m. games. Tukona Brentford versus Southampton. Tukona Everton versus Bournemouth. Ipswich versus Fulham. Leicester versus Aston Villa. Nottingham Forest versus Wolves. Hizo games zote ziko tu hapo. Like, hakuna game moja nasema, lazima niwatch hii game. maybe Ipswich na Fulham itakuwa na mabao. Nottingham Forest na Wolves pia naonekana itakuwa na mabao. Wolves tu wako tu zao. But yeah. Then 7:30 p.m. tuko na West Ham versus Man City. Then Chelsea taking on Crystal Palace, Newcastle versus Tottenham, and then the big one on Sunday, Manchester United taking on Liverpool. That's the big one. By the way, we are doing a watch party live at the Junction Mall, so you guys are welcome. Come through. Come on. I think I will just go through the fixtures. Let's go straight into. There's something I want to talk about, by the way. I want to talk about this Haaland. If you don't have Erling Haaland, and it's looking like he's a must, you must have him. Because everyone is having, like, if you captained Haaland here last week, that's a serious boost in terms of gaining positions in your leagues, right? So the one thing I want to tell people is that don't overreact. Do not overreact. Because many people overreacted to get in Salah, many people overreacted to get in Haaland after the first 2 weeks. Kama Muliona, the first 2 weeks, these teams played one of the worst teams statistically over the past 2 weeks. Yeah, that was Ipswich. Ipswich had Liverpool at home and Man City away. That's where Salah and Haaland both ate, right? So there's no need to overreact. And then international break pay na come. So you can, if you haven't made a sub yet, I would just advise you to just hold, because to get in Haaland at 15 million, you have to make multiple subs. So the one advantage we have now is that we are getting this 5 FT, and also we can get a lot of value elsewhere. So if you don't have Haaland, if you don't have Salah, you more than likely have Saka or Palmer, right? If you don't have any of those four, and that includes Son maybe in there, you need to get one of those people in. But do not overreact. Do not overreact. Ipswich they're really poor. There's 3 teams that have shown they're really poor this first 3 weeks: Ipswich, Wolves, and Everton. So Salah and Haaland 8 versus Ipswich. Wolves, it was Madueke and Saka in game week 1. Then Everton, it was Tottenham, Son specifically in game week 2. And in game week 1, they lost 3-0 as well to Brighton. It was Welbeck and Adinkra. So you can't overreact to these guys having great game weeks against these teams. It's just these teams are the ones that are being beaten in these first 2 game weeks. So yeah, just don't overreact. Just wait after the international break. We'll have more data. I'm also not making any subs. We just want to see how things work out over the international break. And then, yeah, we see how we're moving forward. And with that being said, we have differentials for game week 3. Quick one on differentials. I keep saying differentials. People don't know what differentials are. Differentials. What are differentials? Differentials means these are players that are owned by less than 10% of FPL, which means if you have them, you're getting points. And you're getting points that other people are not getting. So, differential player number 1, Andreas Pereira, 3.3% ownership. He has a great fixture versus Ipswich, who lost both games against Liverpool and Man City, of course. No player has created more crosses and chances in the league in the first 2 games. He has 12 crosses and 6 chances. That's the most of any player in the league. And he's on penalty duty, so a very good pick. A differential option at 3.3% ownership. Next up, Mbeumo. Now that Tony looks like he's about to go to Saudi Arabia, today's deadline day, 40 million has been submitted by Al Ali from Saudi Arabia. It looks like the man is going. Obviously, Tony hasn't even been in the squad the first 2 game weeks. Mbeumo ndio first choice penalty taker. Mbeumo akona 7 goals na 3 assists in 15 games last year vile Tony hakuwa. So ameonyesha anaweza cheza poa bila Tony. Then Saints have just been poor, to be honest. Na hiyo ndio game anacheza. Next up is Wissa. Johan Wissa. Another Brentford player. Same things. Southampton wanakatu ovyo. At 6.3% ownership, it's a good place to get points from. 1 goal, 1 assist in the last 2 games, or first 2 games. Absence of Tony tena unimseni beneficiary, direct beneficiary wa Tony kutokuwa. Southampton conceded ya 2.63 last time versus Nottingham Forest. And if you guys watch Nottingham Forest, City menye na attack. So for you to concede such a high XGC it means you consider a lot of chances. So Brentford at home should do well. Next up, Rico Lewis, 3.8% ownership. Man City have a tough away fixture versus West Ham, but they are second favorite for clean sheet after Arsenal, 40% chance of a clean sheet. This boy is just thriving in his inverted midfield role and finding himself very high up on the pitch, so someone worth considering. He was unfortunate to score versus Ipswich, but he's keeping Kyle Walker on the bench. Next up, Gibbs White, Morgan Gibbs White, 4.8% ownership. I own this player, so I'll speak highly of him. 10 points in game week 2. He plays Wolves at home, who just conceded 6 versus Chelsea. 6. And he's also the first choice penalty taker and he's on set pieces. So yeah, Morgan Gibbs White, someone to consider highly this week as he plays Wolves. And those are our differentials for game week 3. Now we're going to move straight into Captain Picks. Our Captain Picks. 2 people are here as usual. Let's just start with them. Number 1, Mo Salah, attacking returns in the first 2 games, double digits. The boy loves playing against United. He has scored in 4 out of 4 games at Old Trafford. He's a bonus point magnet, and he's also scored. He's also gotten like serious holes in those 4. Other than those 4, there's other 3 games at Anfield where he's really eaten. So someone worth considering. Erling Haaland, is there any... yeah, it's obvious. This boy has never blanked away to West Ham. Let's just start there. West Ham considered last season considered a bulk of chances in the box, and even this season it's seeming that way. City have scored 3 goals in the last 3 games versus West Ham, and yeah, Haaland just has to be there. Next up, Bukayo Saka. He has returns in the first 2 games. He has 2 goals, 1 goal and 2 assists. He's on set pieces and penalties. Obviously, that's our bonus. Arsenal's aggregate last season versus Brighton is 5-0. 3-0, I think, at home and 2-0 away. Or 2-0 at home and 3-0 away. Just know it's 5. My only caution is that Saka has blanked in the last 2 games versus Brighton. So, at home, that is. So, watch out for that. But the boy is on form. And he just looks like everything is going through the right on my team there. In my team with Saka. So, someone worth considering. Next up, Cole Palmer. 4 goal involvement. 4 in the last game against Wolves. Yeah, man, just a beast. He's playing Palace. Palace have allowed plenty of shots from the middle. This season, Crystal Palace have also allowed a lot of shots in the box, particularly from the left side. From their left side, that is Chelsea's right, and that is where Palmer comes off from. So you have Madueke there, and you have Cole Palmer coming off the right and then drifting towards the middle as Madueke takes the outside channel. So those are the places where they concede lots of shots, and that's where Palmer thrives. Again, set pieces, Palmer is there. And lastly, Alexander Isak. This man has 9 goals. This fixture has 9 goals in 2 games. The last 2 games has had 9 goals. Last season, 4-0 Newcastle won at home, and then 4-1 Tottenham won at home. The last 3 fixtures at St. James's Park were 6-1, 2-3, and 2-2, which means goals will be here. Also, Isak has scored 2 braces. In the last 2 home games versus Tottenham. So this is a fixture that he thrives in. This is a fixture that he loves. This is a team that when he sees msana changamka unzadhani ni mfano Arsenali. Yeah? So yeah, Isak is our captain pick for game week 3. Hey, I feel like I've exerted so much energy, yeah, just giving that game week prediction. So yeah, what do you want to touch up on again? I wanted to touch up on, now from what I've said, basically the people who I think are the top players in each fixture, people worth considering in every fixture. So we are just going to go through that. So Arsenal versus Brighton, we're looking at Gabriel and Havertz, and obviously Saka. Then Brentford versus Southampton, I've just told you about Mbeumo and Wissa. I'm also looking at Pinnock. Pinnock is another guy who could get points this week. Everton versus Bournemouth. Everton have looked very off. So team low on confidence, not really looking at anyone, but Bournemouth, I'm really looking at Semenyo and Tavernier. Particularly Semenyo. Semenyo is second in XA, which is expected assists. He's just getting in dangerous places in the whole league in the first 2 games. So dangerous player, especially with Dom Solanke now at Tottenham. Alafu tuko na Ipswich versus Fulham. Hapa tunaangalia wase wengi. Tuko na Smodic from Ipswich alifunga bao versus Man City last week. Top scorer in the championship last season, so dangerous player. Alafu Fulham tuko na Pereira, Muniz, ESR, Robinson, Anthony Robinson. Leicester versus Aston Villa. Tunaangalia hapa for Leicester tuko na Vardy, of course. Alafu for Aston Villa, Watkins na Bailey. Watkins, Leicester have looked very, very, very shaky. So I'm looking at Watkins here. Watkins hapa, time to break the deadlock and open your account for the season. Nottingham Forest versus Wolves. Tuko na Elanga, tuko na Wood, tuko na MG Dub. Na Cunha, MG Dub ni Morgan Gibbs-White. Na Cunha for Wolves. West Ham versus Man City. Bowen for West Ham. For Man City, multiple players. Haaland, KDB, Rico Lewis, and Savinho. Alafu Sunday game ya Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. Naangalia Palmer. Na kuangalia wewe Madueke. Wewe Noni. Na nakuona pia wewe Nicholas Jackson. Yes, Nicholas Jackson. I've said it. And then Newcastle versus Tottenham. Isak, Gordon, Son, na Pedro Porro. Isak na Gordon for Newcastle, Son, Pedro Porro for Tottenham. And then for Man U versus Liverpool, I'm looking at two United players who Bruno should have gotten something by now. I don't understand how Bruno is getting all the chances. People are not finishing. He's getting the good he's getting good chances. He's getting good chances as well to shoot Zake, and he's also not scoring. So I don't know what's happening. But the boy who's really impressed me is Amad Diallo. On counters, who boy ni wazimu. If there's one thing I've seen about Liverpool, games always gonna transition mob sana. And here is where I'm seeing Ahmad do something. And then obviously Salah and Jota for Liverpool. And with that being said, this is how our team for game week 3 looks like. Again, we have not made any subs. Vile niliwa show, minute after your 5 FT. I'm just looking for that 5 free transfers. Nikipata napiga picha tuna frame. Tunaweka hapa nyuma. 550 lazima. Before we get to the team, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Aya, hapo nyuma tuko na Flecken. Goalkeeper kona game for Southampton at home. Defense tuko na Robinson, Pedro Porro na Gabriel. Gabriel Pekende kona game home. Robinson Ipswich away is good for me. I really love that fixture for him. Then midfield make another Fulham player, Smith Rowe, Ipswich away, Eze Chelsea away. Hapa nilikuwa na content sana. Sikujua niweke Eze ama niweke Szoboszlai. So I don't know. I'm still thinking. I'm trying to look at stats. Eze does not do well at Chelsea, whereas Szoboszlai is playing in a very good role where he might get points against United, because that game I'm seeing it being back and forth. So bado hiyo position moja bado sija nail. Aya, tuko na Odegaard pale midfield na Gibbs-White. Odegaard, this is your last chance. If things are bad, I just straight swap you out for Saka. I know nimesmantaka 5FT, but hey bro, hii Saka, I have money in the bank. So kuna pesa iko, pesa utas. Ni vile tu sijui vile ya kuitumia. Na sitaki kuitumia yet. Sitaki kuitumia bado. Aya, pale mbele tuko na Haaland, tuko na João Pedro akona game versus Arsenal away. So actually inaweza kuwa hata sub, bado naweza toa João Pedro ningishe Szoboszlai. But Pedro na watu akifunga against sijui kwa nini. Na watu akifunga. Gvardiol is also on our bench. So at this moment there's two choices I still need to make. I could still take out João Pedro for Szoboszlai, and I could have Gvardiol in for Eze. But not confirmed yet. I'm leaning towards this lineup, but if anything happens, I'll do it. I'll do the shorter video. And our captain of the week is Alexander Isak. Alexander Isak is our captain. Has a game against Tottenham. I just believe he does so well against this team, and Tottenham concede wherever they go. Tottenham Hotspur, they'll always concede. So I am seeing, I'm leaning towards Isak on that one. But yeah, that is our team for game week 3, and I believe we are ready. We are ready to take on this game week. My goal for this season is not to overreact. I'm not going to overreact to things. I really want Palmer. I really want Saka. Like, I just have to live with it. I'm not going to overreact. Not going to overreact, especially if they've had big game weeks. So, but Saka is looking very consistent. So let's see how that goes. And he doesn't have competition on that wing. Palmer as well. The Chelsea have very good fixtures, and Palmer is the only person worth having consistently over the course of a season. So, yeah, let's see how that goes. And with that being said, that has been our show. That is FPL, Box to Box FPL Show. That is our show for Game Week 3 preview. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about my team. Let me know what you guys think about future episodes. There's still aspects of this show that I want to add. I still don't know what works best with everyone. Do you guys prefer differentials? Do you prefer budget midfielders, budget? Like, those are the things. Ama, we just do those underlying topics, like people with high XG, people with good underlying statistics. So you guys let me know what you want. And obviously you can join the group on WhatsApp. And yeah, link is in the description. And yeah, I'm grateful for you guys. Oh, before I go, one more thing. We, as Box to Box, well, Box to Box and then me, were featured on TikTok. We were featured on TikTok for doing dope content in Africa, for just being pioneers in the game. And yeah, I just want to thank TikTok, man, because none of this is possible without TikTok. And yeah, none of this is actually possible without you guys. So I also want to thank you guys. And let's keep doing this. We're just getting started. I'll also leave the link to that one in the description. Then you guys can have a look. Peace!